Hey guys, welcome back. This is Stacy with DIY Design Dolls, and I'm going to be showing you the lay of the land inside of Creative Market. So Creative Market is creativemarket.com. It was designed originally for professional graphic designers to have these templates kind of ready-made and ready to go, so it makes their job easier when they go in to create logos or graphics, etc. But along the way, entrepreneurs discovered that they could purchase these very inexpensive graphics themselves. You can see you can purchase this 74 font bundle for $18. And so you can purchase bundles, or you can purchase individual elements such as these typefaces or these textures. And so what people have been doing is purchasing things, mostly templates. So we'll see Creative Market here has photos, stock photos, graphics, templates, and this is where we're going to be spending a lot of time in themes and fonts. So these are kind of the main sections of Creative Market. There are also these add-ons in 3D. I never use them. The other great thing about Creative Market is it does offer free goods. So you click on free goods, will be the page that pops up, and you'll have 6 new goods every week, and it's a great way to kind of get started with these templates, take a look at them, see what you like, and play around with the different options and just kind of familiarize yourself with Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. So the next thing we want to look at are the templates, and this is probably where you're going to be spending most of your time in. So you click on templates, and for most entrepreneurs, you guys are going to be creating things. You're going to want to DIY your logo, you're going to DIY your social media graphics, and probably your lead magnets. So this is a great place to take a look at all the different things that will help you get started with creating those items. Logos, these logo bundles are a great way to kind of pick and choose what you want to create. One thing you want to stay clear of in terms of DIYing, I know a lot of people love these really fancy logo kits, and they're very, very hard to work with, especially if you're trying to DIY, because they contain rasterized elements, meaning that I think this one was made. You can see a ton of gradients and things like that, and it's just not the best format to work in. I know it looks really pretty. See, this one is in Photoshop. It's also they do also make them in Illustrator, but again, you're going to be working with so many additional elements that it's just overwhelming for you. And as much as this looks pretty, simple is always better. So I actually recommend, instead of that, I actually recommend this minimal logo kit. And let me go ahead and let's see if I can go back to the original page. I'm going to share this link with you. I think this set is only like $9, but you click on it and you get all these amazing logos. So you can click on any image to preview it. And don't forget to scroll, because sometimes you'll click on it and where did my image go? Oh, click on the preview screen and then scroll, because you can see there's a ton more logo templates available. These are black and white. You can change out the colors to match your branding. They don't have gradients, so it's a lot easier to work with in terms of DIY. If you want to make your life difficult, then you can go ahead and try to mess with these kind of logos with all the fancy elements and things like that. But if you want to make your life easier, I recommend using something like this. And this actually, as a designer, looks way more professional. This looks like you're trying too hard. Just to be perfectly honest, it looks like you're trying too hard, like this. Let's see, this Helena Dawson with all kinds of little dots and things. It looks pretty, but in terms of being a logo, being simple and easily recognizable, it does kind of get lost. So I do recommend using more of the more simpler templates. Okay, so that's logos. Let's see what other templates they have inside of here. Let's say you're looking for, you want to create social media graphics. So we can type in social media and hit enter. And let's see, that didn't do anything. Normally it would pop up social media graphics. So for example, don't know why that didn't show up. That is weird. Actually, you know what? No, let's do this. You don't want to use this. I'm actually glad I showed you that. That's what's not to do. Just delete that and click search all and type in, social media. You can even type in Instagram if you want, but if you kind of want a general template, just type social media and hit enter. And it should pop up. There we go. It's loading. Here we go. Okay, so this is perfect. Okay, so let's say you want to use some templates for Instagram. There's a lot of squares in this one, so we can take a look at this one. Again, you can always change out the color, so even if the blue elements or gray are not really your color, this is a great way to get started in creating graphics for Instagram. And I like this because it's fairly simple. It's not overly complicated with too many graphic parts. Now let's go back and see what kind of file types they use. So again, this is another one. Let's see. It contains 40 square templates, 40 vertical templates, perfect. And it contains horizontal templates, perfect. So it's great for our Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. And then again, it says that mockups are not included, so you can't actually use the photos that are in there, but assuming you're going to replace them with your own anyway. This one does come with a basic tutorial, so that's great. And free fonts are used. So this is great. This is perfect. I really like this one. And this one is $17.80. You'll see the standard license and the extended license. You just want to get the standard license, especially if you're just using it for you. Extended license is for graphic designers like myself who may be using this template for multiple clients. So you want to just get the standard license. $22. Can't beat that. And like I said, I was looking for the file type. So that's really important to see if you can see right here. Perfect. Requires Adobe Photoshop. So this is made entirely in Photoshop, like I would expect. And you cannot edit this in Word. You can't edit this in Canva. You can only edit it inside of Adobe Photoshop. So, this is something that many entrepreneurs kind of fail to miss. Something that they miss and fail to see. And that's because, we're like, oh, this is so pretty. Let me go ahead and buy this. And then they spend $20 on it and realize that they can't edit it because they don't have the Adobe software. So make sure that you have the software that this is required. Let's say you only purchased Illustrator because you did your logo. Then you're kind of, in the water without this Adobe Photoshop. So you'd have to go back and purchase Adobe Photoshop. I'll give you an overview over the different Adobe suites, but in the meantime, just recognize and be very aware of what type of software you're going to need to open these templates. Okay, so we've got our logo, we've got our social media graphics, and then the other template that we're going to look at is going to be we're probably going to go with flyers. And this is what you're going to use when you want to make lead magnets. Now you see these huge bundles, and they're pretty overwhelming. But, for example, let's see, these flyers are only single pagers, and they can get kind of crazy. They can get kind of fancy. So let me go ahead and show you how to search for better lead magnets. Actually, I think brochures may be better. So not flyers, let's go to brochures because they're multi-page documents and that's kind of what you want. So these are proposals. This one's a pitch pack. So you want to be able to drop in text in your content when you're designing these things. And you want to keep it simple and be able to edit it so it fits your brand. So this is the Rivington pitch pack. And this is going to require probably InDesign, I'm pretty sure. Yes, compatible with Adobe InDesign. So you go ahead and click on this and see what's included. This first image is always going to be sort of an overview. And let's see. So it uses Adobe InDesign. It has 16 pages, Colors are easy to edit, and you can just drag and drop the images. Perfect. And you can see here that this one has some text in it, and it's already got this beautiful typography set up. So I really like this one. I'll make sure to have links to all of these inside of the show notes, so you can just kind of see the different options that are available to you. You can create forms. You can create personnel graphics like this. I mean, it says personnel, but say you have products, you can drop in images of your products. So really great flexible template to work with. I really like this one. Really like the colors. I mean, this is a brand board that was made inside of their presentation packet, but I mean, this is beautiful. So these are the different things that you can use to edit your design. And I like this again because it's pretty simple. Let me show you one that's not a good idea, just so you know what I particularly don't like. This proposal packet right here, it looks great on the surface. I've already went through this, so I kind of know what to expect. But this one, it looks great, and this is great for advanced graphic designers because this one has a ton of elements in it that can really just confuse anyone who's trying to DIY their stuff. So the blue is nice, the blue is pretty, and it's got some great balance in terms of layout. But the text and these graphic elements are just a little bit hard for you to balance if you're DIYing it. And, you know, really you want to be mindful of the content that you're placing inside of your lead magnet. So this one is a 3-column text, and you have to make sure that all of your text fits perfectly inside of this page. And it's going to be a little difficult for you if you're not trained in something like this. Even for me, if I tried to customize this, like I need to have the exact text content to fit right here. We're dealing with this line element right here. You're going to need to figure out how to work around all of these different elements. And it's just a lot and overwhelming. There was another layout that I saw. I can't remember which one it was. But I can already tell that this one has a lot of, was it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, this one has a lot of elements. So if you go and try to customize this one, you have all these different icons, and then you got to figure out what text to put here and what text to put here. And then, you know, you're deleting stuff. And then all of a sudden, you know, let's say you don't like these little bars right here, but you delete those and then you lose the balance. So just, it's just too complicated. So try to stick with something a little bit more simple, like the Studio Standard template that we were looking at earlier. This one right here. This is something that I would recommend. So I'll put a list of my recommended templates. And again, one thing that you want to do with this, one great thing, little tip for you guys, click on the author profile, and you can see that the author has multiple templates available. And so if you want to stay on brand, so you can tell that these kind of really go together. If you want to stay on brand, let's say you purchase the Rivington Pitch Pack, and this fashion social media graphic, is a great way to stay on brand. The layout and spacing and typeface and everything is very similar to the Rivington Pitch Pack that we saw. So I would recommend staying, just using something like this. Just using something like this that stays on brand. Now this one is a fashion social media pack, so it's very image oriented. You can't put too much text over the top. Let's see which ones have a lot of text on it. So this one would be something that you would probably use. This one right here has quite a bit of text. So there's a few that have some text on it, but graphics that are very image based, for example, something like this with the backpack, is going to be a little bit harder to customize. I mean, unless, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit harder to customize these little backpack pictures. But you do want to, let's say you do change out the text for some of these. This would be a good template to use for your social media. Okay, so that's a quick overview of Creative Markets. We went over how to find logos, how to find social media graphics, and how to find lead magnet templates. I hope you found this enjoyable and informational, and I hope you got some value out of it. and I'll see you on the next video.